Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're here at Lionheart Games. I'm with Larson and Josh, and we're going to be talking about the new ban list that just dropped. Well, this video is going to be up tomorrow, so it dropped today, but it'll be up. This video will be up tomorrow. So, first up, we're just going to talk about the list, go over all the hits and changes, and give our thoughts on them, and if we're excited about it or not. And maybe at the end we'll just do some hypotheses of what will be good, even though we already probably know what the best deck is, Larson.
Yeah, keep going. You're good.
All right. So start off. Union Carrier, the first one that on the thing that showed up that is banned. I hate English. So anyway, in order. Yeah. So Union Carrier. Larson, I'll start with you. What do you think about this hit?
So I'm surprised. I didn't think they were gonna really go for it with the Drytron hits, but the Union Carrier really severely severely hits the cap of that deck on its own. I'm thinking that knocks Drytron down maybe a tier, maybe a tier and a half. Maybe we'll see Drytron as rogue. In other news, they killed ABC again, so that's the thing. Really overall, I feel like it was an okay hit. The card has caused problems throughout its whole life. I assume that the Buster Blade or Dragon thing will be back now because this is gone. There's not really too big of a way to abuse it in most decks, but overall, I'm okay with the hit. It didn't bother me that much.
I'm in the same boat. It's nice to see Drytron get hit a little bit. I just think Union Carrier was made generic, and unfortunately, ABCs get to suffer because of that.
Yep. There is actually a way to put the Buster actually on the field for Dragon League. They can use DMZ Dragon and then use Dragoon support.
Yeah.
So I guess
not happy about that.
I mean, it can happen, but maybe just less consistent now.
Right.
So it's not as bad. But Dragon League might be back in the meta, maybe. I don't know.
That'll be fun.
Next on the two that we probably all thought was gonna get hit at this point. It was about time coming. Utopic Zexel and True King of All Calamities, my card I used this whole format.
Very fun dragon.
Yeah, very fun dragon. The meme's over.
God.
So, like I said, this is probably a long time coming at this point. These two cards literally have defined the whole format.
Yeah,
and just kind of
absolutely
warped it around itself. So I know Larson is.
Really, sorry.
No, you're good. You can go.
Okay. We really didn't get to see a ton of Numeron and Zexel, but with the more Utopia support coming, and the fact that it did the exact same thing as VFD, more or less, if VFD was getting hit, it needed to get hit as well.
Yeah. And I know Larson's very happy about Calamity.
Oh, I'm so fucking happy. I can't tell you the amount of times where I've had to sit here and just basically cry inside myself because I'm sitting watching, Todd do a full virtual combo, which in the end it's just a pop and a VFD, but who knows that beats Zodiac, right? So overall, super pleased with the VFD there. The Zexel, I figured, it kind of had to happen. If VFD goes, Zexel has to go. They do fairly similar things. We've seen cards in the past that do again similar things. Azathoth, Rongo, they're all gone. It's not a concept that should be popular in Yu-Gi-Oh. There shouldn't be cards that just stop the opponent from playing. It's an interactive game. It's not supposed to be one-sided the whole time. Yeah. So I'm really pleased with both the hits.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
And Virtual World actually is not dead even with Calamity's gone. I mean, they can still do the. They can still do the Zolkin builds, and they can also do the Gothams loop.
Yeah, and that's something I'm pretty interested to see how it will fare without, the weight on it that it had the ceiling as high as it was just because of Calamities. Now that that's been removed, we'll get to see if it can actually, do anything with Zolkin or do anything with hand loop, if it's consistent enough, how fragile it is. Because before, the deck didn't really die to any hand traps. Now it's got a bit more windows for you to interrupt and such, and it's not as oppressive to go against. Depending, we don't really know what the final cap is for the Zolkin builds.
I mean, my big thought is with the Gothams build, the second that you see Pharaoh reborn itself, you hit him with Nibiru. I believe that should be a turn killer.
It should be. I would have to look at them again, but it should on paper that should be a turn killer right there because then they can't really extend it. I mean, if they already used the Lao and everything to revive, not go into Cloud Castle, they should be. Pretty.
Yeah. Well, then at the very least, you're not getting your Pharaoh Beast back.
Yeah, which really hurt. Which really does hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Infernoble also use calamities.
Yes. Personally, I think it is going to make the deck worse, just because it's not going to have that strong lock anymore. It will be back to a situation where DDR and a couple other cards completely kill it. Personally, I'm glad though. I want to go back to a game state where I'm planning for turn 3 instead of making calamities and hoping that that's enough.
Yeah. And that's it for the bans. So just those 3 bans, which is fine. I think that's all that was needed. There's only one limited card. That is Cyber Angel Ben 10.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. No, a lot of people were advocating that. They're like, well, I mean, you know, you can hit the deck other ways. You don't gotta hit the Ben 10. No way. I 100% agree with this. I'm totally okay without Ben 10 relooping itself and having to deal with the Herald with however many negates up the butt, you know. I don't like it. I don't think anybody liked it. So I'm super cool with this.
And it forces you kind of have to play Droll.
Oh, absolutely,
It's
yeah.
like, why is it when Droll always enters the format, it's like we're forced to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for real.
Much rather have a high impact engine.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, it's Spiral, Droll. Drytron, Ritual, Droll.
well, even while seeing the Ben 10 now, this even knocks Drytron lower and lower. I don't know if it's even going to be that relevant to the new format.
You don't think it will even be decent Rogue?
Maybe Rogue.
I think maybe. I mean, I think it's going to turn into an engine.
that is a possibility.
Like,
yeah.
But then again, like, there is that new Magic Key deck that has a Ritual-esque deck. I'm not sure.
What's with them in Rituals recently?
I mean, heck, they gave him a fusion ritual spell. So
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, I feel like it's just they've decided it's time to. They made XYZs good. They made Synchros good. Links were just good. It's time to go back and make Rituals good.
And just fuck Pendulums.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Screw Pendulum.
No, I agree with that.
We know that never happened. So that's the only limited card. Nothing happened with semi-limits, but all the cards that went to 3 are really interesting. So we talked about before, Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. That's back at 3. Like I said, there is a small way of making it useful with Dragon Link. They use DMZ Dragon and the new Dragooning support that's coming out.
Yeah.
That could be inconsistent though, or more consistent. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But the fact that it's back, well, we have to look out for it again. So.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, Cosmic Cyclone, MST.
Yeah,
any
a lot of
background.
things really do out
With the DMZ Dragon, does it have to equip to DMZ or?
I don't know the wording on DMZ, but I
Okay.
know it can work like that. So.
Gotcha.
And then next, Firewall Dragon back. Well, it's not technically back. It's back on April 14th when the errata comes in,
Good.
but it's back. It's rotted, hard once per turn. It can only do cyber monsters that can special summon. So
and I like that. I think that them trying to like change the character card for Brains was like just a dumb idea. I think this should have been the idea from the start. You know, if the card's so broken that it needs to be gone, take it out for a while. I don't think they needed to whole switch it to the code talker thing. I thought that was just all extra stuff. I think this will be a good card for really any extra deck that a Cybers can run it in. I think maybe, you know, like Adignisters, for example, could use this. Nothing really too crazy, but like it gives them something to work with, something extra to do. We don't have any like crazy busted Cybers archetypes yet. I mean, the best one we've ever had is like Salamangre. I don't even know if they've got room to play it at this point.
no, and I don't think they even want to run it.
No, really. So I think this is completely fine. I like it.
I don't have any input here. I miss the Firewall Dragon format. I'm
You're
probably
lucky.
glad that-
Yeah, I've been permanently scarred from seeing A looped over and over again.
I mean, there could also be code talkers. Which is
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know. Like there's also the Evil Twins. They're also Cybers-esque.
You know, I did
but
forget
I don't.
that,
Well,
yeah.
I don't think. But their Link monsters are fiends, so and they lock
Yeah.
start into fiends, so they can't really use them that well. Next, the Phantom Knights are Rusty Bardish, back to 3.
Woo!
So
It doesn't. It doesn't do anything, but like
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
maybe I can run 2 in pure Phantom Knights if I end up getting gas through one on like a strike or something. But
yeah.
I think it's neat. I didn't really think when people brought it back to 1, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is crazy! Why would you do this?" You know, it's not like 2019 format. We're in a completely different game now. You know, all those decks have basically moved past. It hasn't done anything. It's maybe provided a bit of extra extension for Orchest and giving Phantom Knights a little bit of breathing room. Some BA mixes in maybe, but overall, I don't think it'll be that big of a problem.
My only concern is if it pushes the price on other Phantom Knight cards, but I don't think it will. I don't think many people are playing Bardiche.
Yeah, and there's not much you can really abuse with Bardiche these days anymore. The Azathoth's gone, and like, you can't do the rank up into Calamities now. So it's a more fair. It's gotten to be more of a fair card. So next is interesting. Delorean Tiger, King of the Ice Barrier. We're going to be selling these structure decks now. Let's go. That's the missing card we need. So it's not eroded. It's still not once per turn. Next, Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer.
So to be honest,
so
I don't know what this card does.
it's a Synchro Monster for Pendulum.
Oh. I mean, you know what? Give Pendulum a bone. They've been taking it up the rear like since their release, you know. So
From fan base, from the company now.
Anybody who says that Electromite's coming back, I hope you know that is like not gonna happen. I don't care if Triff Gaming says that. I don't care who says it. Electromite is never gonna come back. It literally ruined a format that it was there for. Yeah. They took it out. They're like, okay, have this stuff back, and now what? They're still not doing anything because the only reason that Pendulum was doing as good as it was because of Electromite. That shouldn't have been a card in the first place.
Well, it just made every Pendulum deck play the same way.
Yeah. Right?
Then we got Rank Up Magic, Arch, and Chaos Force. This can come back now because Zexel's gone.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's anything else it can abuse. Not that I
Not
know
yet,
of.
at least. Yeah, for sure.
I'm probably missing something. And someone's probably going to let me know in the comments about it.
Yeah, please let us know if there's anything
Give them a
wrong.
month, they'll find something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one, Brain Dead deck. True King Return to 3. You play sub-tier. This is you in the Brain Dead decks.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so True King's Return to 3, it's not the reason why Draco was the best deck of its
You
format.
still have Diagram to 1.
It's still got Diagram
Got
at 1.
Masterpiece gone.
Masterpiece is gone. Demise is at 1, which surprisingly enough, kind of just like, I mean, there you go. Hopefully you don't draw your 3 dualities in your opening hand, you know? I mean, it's okay. It's okay back at 3. It's not going to do anything like huge. And maybe those Draco players who are like, woo, special stuff from the grave.
Well, and honestly, difference between limited or semi-limited and full is not that much in the first place.
It really didn't do that much.
There's only one card that's really it affects, and that's Malicious.
Yeah.
And that's the only limited card now.
Thank God. Right? I was getting tired of seeing the number 2 on anything I was going on lists, whatever.
And yeah, that's pretty much the list. I think we're all like pretty much like this. Well, actually, no. Well, first off, I'm not gonna let Larson off the hook here. So, first off, where are the Eldritch hits?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, why? Okay, elephant in the room, a golden elephant in the room. So, why didn't Konami hit anything to Eldritch? You could have hit Sanguine, you could have hit Elden, you could have hit Black Awakening, you could have hit fucking Golden Lord, I don't care.
So let me tell you what the whole Eldritch game plan was the whole time, right? So you let these decks like Virtual World and Drytron, you let them win, okay? You
weren't trying this format?
No, you let them do good, so you can just sit back and you hide in the dark, you and your little gold pals. And then once you hear a Banlist is coming, you're like, okay, we're gonna do nothing. We're just gonna chill back. Don't hit us just yet. Because now I definitely put Eldritch top 5 for sure. It was always top 5 last format for me too, but
no.
If anything, I'm saying top 3. Like we dodge a Banlist, cool. We can play Eldritch at anything, man.
Well, honestly, if there was a format to do nothing in,
this is probably the one.
there's no time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're not doing much.
I feel bad for Emancipator. Jesus Christ. Like, that deck got slaughtered, and they're looking like, what the fuck, what the Eldritch?
Emancipator was the best deck the game has ever seen for 2 months.
And then
it was
never got
no
an
more.
official format. Then, like, Konami's like, we gotta have Golden Lord get to the official tournament at all costs. Don't hit it.
Oh, you know what it is? That they really like that Golden Lord fusion monster.
Yeah, they need to sell more
everybody's gonna
more
play.
decks.
I mean, Zoo no, some people were calling out for Zoo to get hit again, but I don't think Zoo needs to get hit.
No.
It's just an engine.
Yeah, at this point, I think Zoo's fine where it is. I mean, coming from a Zoo player, I would like another Dragonant. I don't think that would be asking too much, but we can work with one. Yeah, don't we have a full Eldritch deck.
Other than that, so let's get into some quick predictions for the format. I mean, Eldritch, probably tier 1.
Wait, well, if we're talking about things that dodge Banlist, we have to talk LP too.
Okay, yeah, LP. Yeah. Where was LP?
Right, I'm sorry, yeah.
So Dragon Link kind of just gets a clear door into the format.
Dragon Link and Eldritch are best friends. They're both hiding together.
What about Overraptor?
He's dodged everyone. There's no reasoning behind it. He's standing in front of Konami's face like, we love you, man.
Yeah. No, they love
we
Miss.
can't get rid of you, that.
They love Miss.
We have to sell Lightning Overdrive before they...
Yeah,
Dinos.
I think other than Guard Dragon LP was the other one, right?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cards, but yeah, so decks that are probably going to be like tier 1, I'd say Ellis Variance of all. Zoo Eldritch, probably the best one.
I still hard stand by the fact that Zoo Eldritch is the best variation of it. A lot of people like the Dogmatica one. A lot of people like Dogmatica Zoo Eldritch, which just feels like too much in one deck for me. But
and then there's the Evil Twin version.
yeah, there's the Evil Twin. There's the Zombie version.
Do they still try to fit Invoke there too?
Yeah, plenty. Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely. It's a open variable. There's so many strategies depending on which one thrives, and most people will just throw a couple sanguines in there and call it good, you know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think the door's open for Dogmatica to return?
I'm absolutely thinking this is leaning towards a control format for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with the bigger combo decks, taking the hit there. VW's got to find its new preferred line, or the better line, I should say. We don't know if Drytron will actually be able to do too much right now. The only combo decks that are, at least somewhat prevalent that we're still going to see, Dragon Link, Dino. That is even if you're choosing to play combo Dino right now. Blind Second, a lot of people really like. But I definitely think it's going to be leaning more towards a control format. We just saw somebody win a remote duel invitational with Subterror Dragoon, and that was before the Calamities hit, and that was before Drytron getting hit, and they ended up beating out all those decks. And now that they're even weaker, now that they're hindered a bit, I definitely feel like it'll be a time to shine for you. You Geist players, you got your Subterror players, the Eldritch players, the Dogmatica players. They all have their time to shine now. It's their time to take out the old decks, pull them out, and see what they can do.
Yep. And I know I'm probably a bias maker, but Trap Tricks when they get their new support.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got new support coming, and it's looking pretty nice.
Yeah. Probably they're still probably a shade below Voltergeist and Guru, but they're like that bronze medal.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's like the control decks, Dogmatica, Dino.
Absolutely.
Miss is still a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Prank Kids though. Prank Kids could do something. I mean, I know that we just said about the combo decks and it could be more control format, but Prank Kids, maybe this has opened the door for them.
Absolutely.
To be that combo deck.
Specifically, like we were talking about earlier, Adamantipator. I think Adamantipator Prank Kids is probably the best way to play the deck right now. You get to access your Roxy, so that's your full combo as it is. One normal summon gets you your full combo. It doesn't even have to be normal summon, but whatever. And the Adamantipator's job at this point, instead of trying to build the board on their own, is to dig for that Roxy's for you, so then they can just support the other engine. I think that's really cool at the older combo deck, and then the newer one that didn't get a time to shine is mixing together, and now it maybe has a chance to compete.
Yep. But how about do you have a random deck that could be doing well this next format?
Well, we talked about Dragon Link, we talked about Dogmatica, Invoke, Zoo Eldritch, Tri-Brigade.
Oh, Tri-Brigade, we're loose.
Bird Up? Konami was like, fuck Bird Up. Nothing's going to happen to them.
No. We're just going to see a lot of Barrier Statue.
And here's the thing. Now Bird Up might even be better because Virtual World might be seeing a decrease in play because of the Calamities hit. So now it doesn't have as shitty of a matchup against the best deck of the format, Arguably, at least. Absolutely Bird Up. I don't know how we let that slip past.
That's kind of the beauty of that deck, though. It's kind of like that underrated radar deck. It's like no one's really talking about it. It's there, but people it's the one that everyone forgets.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
for sure. I totally agree with you, Josh. That's awesome.
The question is, are they still going to be as oppressive with the hand traps changing as they are? Because Imperm's going to come back full force now that you're not dealing with Chuche and Clan.
The deck, from my perspective at least, and from what I've seen of it so far, it's somewhat resilient against hand traps. I definitely think a well-timed imperm could hinder the end board. Maybe make it just like 1 or 2 interruptions instead of a statue plus however many negates on the Appaloosa, you know? I think since imperm is probably, like you said, going to see a resurgence in play, which I agree with, I think that card's still amazing. It might hinder it a bit, but I don't think the one hand trap itself will call it out and make it, you know, rogue or a tier 2. I think it'll probably still be the best deck.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty much a good discussion for this. Any final thoughts, anyone?
Excited to see what Scrap Orcus will do once the new set comes out.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a deck coming.
Because even without Calamities, you know, if you're playing the Scrap version, you can completely cut all the Fence Knight stuff that you were doing to do Calamities and just focus more on hard building the combo rather than relying on the searching of the rank up and then making the Calamities. So, yeah, I do think that's something to look forward to. Probably a future contester.
Yeah. How did we not talk about PK Orcus either? You're sitting right there.
Oh yeah, PK.
Is that going to do anything?
I think Orcus, once the Scrap card comes out, will probably do something. As you guys have probably seen on the market, the Girsus have been going up in price a lot. I think right now it's maybe a rogue at best, like it's been for the last couple months. I still think there's better combo decks in the format right now that it loses to. Still think there's better control decks that it loses to, but definitely a rogue contender.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm excited for Trap Tricks when they get their support.
Yes.
I want to get them so bad.
I'm still waiting here for any sort of Infernoble Knight support.
I mean, hopefully, you don't have to rely on 2 unfair cards to get. I think that's pretty much everything. So, thank you guys all for watching this video. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Larson, for joining me on the video. And if you guys want to see more videos with me, with any of these guys, leave down in the comment section below as well. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next video. Have a nice day.